Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Fantasia Podcast. My name is Levin2k, your host for the day, and I am joined by three of my favorite people in Fortnite. Starting off to my right is the big dog.
Yeah.
What's up,
That's
pal?
good. I'm on the bottom left on my screen, so
Okay.
and
You
you're
can move
actually
yourself,
you're
by
in
the
the
way.
bottom right to me, which is really odd because you're usually top left. So I was.
Well, it
I
won't
was
be like
wondering
that
where
for
you're
the
going.
viewers.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can move stuff around here, but I mean, to answer your question, I'm doing fantastic. Good season, content's fun right now, no complaints.
Of course. We have the one and only, everyone's favorite viewing party streamer, Coach Boop, is below me.
Hello.
Well, not on the
Whoa.
screen.
I'd love to
Whoa,
be. So
that's
used to saying
crazy.
that he's just saying that now, you know? Hello, everybody. How we doing? Fortnite's fun. We like Fortnite.
It is very fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
And in the spot that is usually used to be held by everyone's favorite Ginger, we have an unlocked character in the bottom right because he's not got any lighting, so we can't really see his face.
I live in the dark.
TS is in the building. Shout out to TS.
Always glad to be on. Happy to be
course.
here. And Harry, man, he's in a better
RIP.
place.
Hey,
R.I.P.
man, he
He's in a
truly
better place.
He's in a better place. Let's be
We,
honest.
we never know. Well, guys, I'm very excited today because we have a new chapter upon us. I always enjoy our new season eps where we get to talk about everything, but this is more exciting because it's a new chapter. Everything's new. We have so much going on. One thing that was really new that Fortnite did that I was a big fan of is we all like patch notes, but they did a very Apple thing. Whenever you watch an Apple event, they always have the screen at the end of the keynote that showcases the visual patch notes, it shows all the new stuff in it. And they actually posted that this season, and it was great because it gives a great overview to all the lazy people like me who don't want to read a document. And we have Fortnite Chapter 7, Pacific Break. It's all Los Angeles themed. Shout out to, who's the guy they had producing
Quentin
the
Tarantino.
director?
Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino, yeah, they have him all, his fingers all weaved in through everything. We have a new loot pool, plenty of new weapons. We have the arc lightning gun, the iron pump shotgun, big fan of that one. Twin hammer shotguns, Deadeye assault rifle. Everyone loves a scope to young competitive,
Oh,
don't they?
so fun, man.
Hollow Rush SMG, the Vengeful Sniper, which isn't competitive, the Wing Suit, which is very fun to use, the Forsaken Blade, and the Self-Revive, which we will talk a lot about because, there's plenty to talk about when it comes to that. But along with that, they also, with it being a new chapter, there was a bunch of quality of life updates as well, which was one of the first things we noticed. We actually watched the new season together, the announcement for the new season
It was really
on
cute.
stream.
We were all holding
We
hands.
did. Yeah, we were holding hands.
Virtually.
We all, Reese and I were trying our best to just annoy the hell out of Boop, which was, going successfully at times. But the first thing I noticed was new hit markers whenever we were watching people's new season videos. And I was like, oh my God, that sounds clean. I love the sounds of this new season. They changed the way gold bars work. They changed, where the ammo status indicators and all these different things are, where things are on the HUD. And they added simple build. They've done a lot. It's a new chapter. It's a new game, a new era of Fortnite we have upon us. And I want to know from all of you guys, how are you enjoying it so far? You've had a couple days to play it. What are the vibes like this season for everyone?
I'll keep it low key. Right? I won't go too in depth right now. What a banger! What a banger! Oh my God! What a banger! Honestly, just give me this pump every single season. I don't want a new pump. I don't want changes to it. I don't care. Just give me this every season. Genuinely, I'm like, I think I said this yesterday. Me and DJ were playing 1v1s. He hadn't played the first day because he was away. Came on the next day. And I already done my whole video, and he loaded on. We played the first round of 1v1s. He hadn't seen a tweet. He hadn't seen anything. My God, this pump feels really good. And I was like, oh, I know. And for 20, 30 rounds, 3 kills, oh my, this pump is this feels so good. I don't know what they've done to I feel like even creative, every build and every reset feels like has less input. I've seen some people saying if there's hitches and stuff. I know that sometimes in some of the tournaments felt a little laggy, but I swear generally gameplay feels way smoother as well. I feel like I've had a 10% buff of increase. Maybe it's just because the hammer's pump was so slow last season. So you go to a fast blowout pump, it feels good. But yeah, I am very much so enjoying myself so far.
I mean, the shotgun feels great. The meta feels great. There's wing gliders. There's nice POIs. It's all great until you want to play the game, though. And then you try to queue up and you see Battle Royale and Battle Royale Zero build. There's something missing. Where's my fucking ranked epic? Where's my ranked game mode, mate? Okay, so I played the Skin Cup yesterday, and it was one of the most fun things I've ever done because I could actually play regular Fortnite, you know? They were edging me with this stupid surf shit the entire time. The whole time you're landing with a surfboard on the edge map. Okay, I gotta talk about the surf thing. The surf thing is a cool idea. It's very cool in theory. In actuality, though, it ends up playing like the worst thing ever because you sit there gliding in your edge map, and then you just don't see anyone for 10 minutes. And then when you finally see someone in the middle of the map, it's 15 people because they're also looking for people, and they all culminate in the center of the map because zones are scripted to go center now as well. So, surfboard idea, interesting, you know, decent cook maybe for like a competitive thing to have people not be able to pick their job spots, but in actuality, it played so frustrating because all you had was people with scoped AR shooting and third partying and this and that. It wasn't fun. But when you have a battle bus game mode like the Skin Cup, dude, that thing was so fun. I don't know if it was because I've been held back by the surfboard the whole time, and now we finally have battle bus gameplay, but it was super fun. It was super enjoyable. The scoped AOs actually aren't as bad as I thought they would be. Like, they're strong, but in a competitive sense, I haven't seen them be overwhelmingly broken. Also because I don't think the damage is crazy on those. Like I saw your video, like the pistol does more damage from far range than that does at close range. I'd say it's not the most inspiring season in terms of, oh my god, there's super cool mechanics of this, super cool of that, but it makes Fortnite feel like Fortnite again, and that's the most important part. Like, they haven't added too much bullshit in the season, or you have nukes and bazookas and brah. Like, I don't need that. Just give me regular Fortnite with some cool, simple guns, and not a super convoluted loot pool either. There's like 4 guns in the loot pool.
Yeah,
Great,
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Those are the guns I want to play with.
Yeah.
I think to sort of add on to the end of what you're saying, for the people who haven't watched Sharice's ranking everything video,
What are you doing?
go check it out. You know, it's like the first video you should watch every season. Reese had nothing in like the broken tier this season. You know, like, everything seems well balanced. Everything seems, you know, good.
May put self-revive in there only because of the fact that you can win a heal off with it alone. Because if you die at first and they die then 10 seconds later, you can still win the game because you got an extra 10 seconds not as a knock body.
Yeah, I was going to mention that earlier because I hate all of that stuff that I've seen. But anyway, enough of that. TS, how have you been
Overall,
finding
though,
the season?
Yeah.
I think it's one of the most balanced seasons of all time. It's just like, when it comes to secondaries, Enforcer AR, the Scoped AR, the pistol, all of them are viable guns, which is just like a very rare thing where it's like all do something better than the other, but they all have their strengths where it's like if you find a gold Enforcer, you're going to pick up. If you find a gold pistol, you're going to pick it up. If you find a gold Scoped AR, you're going to pick it up, which I think is very rare when it comes to seasons where it's like every single gun is so viable. On top of that, it seems like they are really more interested in community feedback and just like the general sense of what the community says than in most seasons. They've already increased the amount of chests on the map, increasing the spawn rate from, I believe, 48% up to 60, like already pretty much instantly. They're tweaking the zone. Something Resub talked about all of Simpsons season was how he was frustrated with like the mid game and how long it was. And so now they're taking out one of the partial zones and replacing the moving zone to make the game faster. They're now shorter by 2 minutes overall, and it's like more of the game is that end game instead of the mid game, which I'm still not sure like how it's going to play out. We haven't only had like a couple of days of scrims, but it seems like it's doing what they want, which is just a shorter, more condensed mid game in a balanced meta, which just leads to just better overall end games. And I think they're doing it pretty well so far. Also, the mobility, super balanced. If you use the wingsuit, you're going to get punched out the air if you do it poorly. Also, if someone runs from you, it's so easy to follow them because there's like that trail. So it's like if you're playing ranked, when ranked comes out and someone's just like doing the classic rank thing and just instantly running away, you're going to be like actually able to like follow them and track them without just being like, where'd they go? Where'd they shock to, you know? So I think that's just overall just a really healthy, good changes. And as soon as we get ranked back, hopefully, I think it's really going to show.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the shock thing there because that was really pissing me off. I was like, the season's great. I'm not going to use a bad word because I love everyone at Epic Games. What person at Epic Games said, Yeah, we've just made the most balanced meta we've made in ages. Let's just have the shockwaves in there. Just, just chuck him in,
You know it's about when Nick A30 on Twitter's crashing out. He's made about 4 different tweets analyzing it. It's like, brother, welcome to the game. Like, these are things we've had in competitive before. It's like, you know what if they make it do fall damage? What if they make it not break builds? Like, brother, you are 3 years late to this train, man. It's funny you mentioned that, TS, because Epic, you said, the Epics like respond, like they must have had like an internal meeting at Epic Games or something, because I've never seen so many replies on Twitter from Epic Games. Fortnite Corp retweeted my tweet about tournaments, Augments in everyone's replies. I even had Drecker in my replies about like one of the bugs. I was like, it's like, yeah, don't worry guys, this is fixed now. This was unintended. I was like, oh shit, we're cooking here. And it does feel like they've put a lot of care into this season for competitive specifically as well, in regards to like having the battle bus in tournament mode. Like there's no surfing in tournament mode. We could play scrims day one. That was one of my biggest worries. I was about to go homeless because we couldn't do drop map scrims, So they put a lot of care, and like if anyone for Epic's listen, like we've noticed, like thank you so much for actually caring about it and putting things forward for us, so that we can continue our process. And also the tournaments, like holy
mirror that. The tournaments this season are insane, but I've also had like I'm getting quite scared because anytime I upload something, there are like 6 or 7 Epic employees who I know have my noties on for my YouTube channel, and the amount of times that they like message me within 30 minutes and they're like, this is good, we'll fix this, we'll do this or whatever, and I'm like, oh man, I'm not watching what I say, guys, but I know some of you are gonna get hurt sometimes, but I have all good things to say now, so
I mean, it feels like the community has been less hostile towards these people. I saw a tweet from Hogman where he was like, thanks for like, tagging me with like feedback instead of just like giving me abuse in between every sentence, And it's like, I understand why they were quiet for a while, but it's great because the meme always was back in the day. And this was like, I remember this being a meme before Hogman actually, back when Hogman was a player himself, right? The meme always was, every once in a while, you would see like a tweet from someone from Epic Games, and they'd be like, I'm moving on from my role as community manager, or I'm happy to have been community manager for ages. And everyone's like, the fuck are you? I'm community manager. We've never fucking seen you. Like, where it's like, and obviously there's more to being a community manager than just them being active on Twitter. But it's nice to have like Hogman actually like really active, and all the devs and people talking. It's great.
Do you remember the guy when they moved the movement animations? They changed the movement animations. The guy tweeted like, I was really happy to work on this, and then within like 30 minutes he was privated because of just like the unbelievable. Don't say, hey guys, don't do that. I know I'm laughing because it was funny, but don't do that, okay? Don't do it.
People can be extreme in Fortnite, On the internet, people can be extreme, but there hasn't been much reason for people to be extreme because things have been great this season. Don't get me wrong, I do have some gripes. I would have loved to have just hopped into ranked day one, and other things there. But generally speaking, I think when you look at the game itself and playing a game of Fortnite this season, there's lots to be positive about, which, is great. And I think everybody's more or less happy with the direction we're going and moving forward. Until something bad happens. Let's see. We want to talk about winners and losers of the new chapter, because with a new chapter, things change for everybody. Everybody starts looking at next year. We obviously have a big year of competitive. Honestly, going into next year, I would say this is like the biggest year of competitive we've ever had outside of like 2019. Like since 2019, there's never been a year that I've anticipated for competitive more. Ever. We will definitely want to talk a lot about who the winners and losers are. Before we do that, though, we want to talk about the Comp Awards. For the people who don't know, who've not been listening, we will be doing the award show for the Comp Awards again towards the end of this month. You'll probably see that episode around the 22nd, 23rd of December this month, just before Christmas. A bit of a Christmas treat for you guys. Essentially, if you don't know what the Comp Awards are, somebody's going to the community, started this award show a couple years back. Awards are handed out to members of the community. We try to celebrate people who have had a great year for different reasons within the competitive community. Voting is open. There'll be a link in the comment section down below, or in the description, below, where you can vote for your favorite competitive awards. Right now, the community awards, I think, are still not live to vote on yet, but right now you can vote on competitive awards, so you can vote for the Player of the Year, you can vote for EU Player of the Year, NA Player of the Year. For all our Middle East viewers who always get angry at us for not talking about Middle East, you can vote for your Middle East Player of the Year. You can vote for the Breakout Player of the Year. There's some great nominees up for that one as well. Some great talent there. You can vote for Broadcast Talent of the Year. I'm nominated for that one, guys. If you want to wink, if you want to vote for me for that one. And then obviously when we have the community awards up as well, you'll be able to vote for those. I think we'll talk about those probably next week because we'll have some of those up. But yeah, you guys put your votes in yet? You guys got your votes in?
Absolutely.
Yep, sir.
Did it on stream.
Yeah, you did. Who'd you vote for?
For
No,
which
your
one? There's
ass,
a lot of
bro. Not you,
categories.
bro.
So many choices.
just,
Oh, for you're talking about the broadcaster one.
Yeah, you know.
You know, I gotta
You
be
voted for
honest.
Jacob.
I didn't vote
You
for
voted
11.
Jacob. Yeah, I know you didn't vote.
But
know you didn't.
I said this. I said I know 11's gonna win because the popular vote. So I'm gonna do a nice thing and vote for Jacob because I think he's the one of the most improved.
See, I appreciate that. I think you can't go wrong with who you're going to vote for.
True.
Everyone's great. I actually want to shout out Vivid. Vivid got nominated for the first time, and I think Vivid doesn't get enough love because Vivid, I think, has done a great job on the NA broadcast for years, and nobody really ever says anything about it. But the correct vote is 11-2K. Just for
We're
anyone wondering.
campaigning on the actual, and now
No,
I feel that that's illegal here. Hold on
I'm just
now.
letting people know that's the correct vote.
Just so you know, though, guys, if you vote for someone that's not Levin, he will probably not be happy whilst we're doing the award show, and that would be funny. He would sulk for the whole show. He's not that professional because he wouldn't have won if he was more professional. He might have won. You know.
True.
I
Yeah.
would put on a brave face, you know. As much as it would hurt me, end up to the cost of the year is tackle. No, I'd be fine, guys. No, it's going to be good. We will hopefully avoid what we had when we did last year's awards, where some of the awards, everyone was a bit like, how's that person won this award?
It was a funny moment, guys.
Everyone have
It was
that.
a funny moment.
Yeah, there were plenty of funny moments. But yeah, no, that should be good. We'll have more on the comp awards moving forward. Let's talk about the winners and losers of this new chapter. I'm going to come to you, my friend Reese. It's funny because when I was thinking of this segment, my first thing was winners. You know, one of my winners this chapter is absolutely Reese Hub.
Oh, undoubtedly.
Not just because of all the amazing content you'll be pumping out, I'm sure, but when the new shotgun came out, and the money, of course, as Boop highlights, when the new shotgun came out, I was like, this is like they have designed a shotgun for Reese Hub. And so Reese Hub just
Like
wins.
it's almost like this was slightly different, and then they watched my video and they're like, you know, I'm going to make one change to that to make it perfect. And then it was almost like I'm really happy now.
Environment damage. Was it about to be Sentinel 2.0 or something?
It's odd. Everyone was like, when the leaks came out, they were like, wow, it's got really slow pullout time. And then they somehow released didn't have a slow pullout time, right? It's a bit weird.
Just knew about Reese's pullout game. That's
Yeah,
it.
I know. They got this set. That's what I mean. Yeah, I am 100% a winner. I mean, the reason I'm smiling so much when I was playing this is because I was just loving it. I was loving life. I want to play more. Actually, I haven't been able to play enough because, you know, it's start of a new chapter. A lot of content to be made. So I've not been able to play as much as I actually want to yet. Now, pubs is fun too. Like outside when you kill bots, but
Not solos, but yeah.
yeah, it's like this because you're not winning fights, mate. You're not packing them in like I am.
I
You're not
am.
moving.
I'm packing
that.
in. But I'm
I've seen
packing
your
too many
Cup
kids in. That's the
leaderboard. I've
problem.
seen it,
I'm
man.
feeling
I've seen
bad
it.
for the children of pubs.
Yeah.
Like I heard that they brought my ranked early because they saw me running through the lobbies, man.
Yes, okay. Yeah, so Boop's not winning. So yeah, I am a winner. What? Who's your losers then, Levin?
Well, no, we're going to go through winners first, and then we'll do losers.
Okay.
It's all about
So
positivity.
we'll do a round of winners. We'll do a round
Okay,
of
okay,
losers.
okay.
So
Fair.
who's winning off this year? I'll let anyone jump in if someone has one that comes straight to mind.
I got
Let
one.
anyone jump in.
All of NA because there's no broken medallion for Peterbot to land on. NA has a chance
Yes,
to be
thumbnail.
competitive because there is not a broken drop. Now, Peterbot's still landing at the best drop on the map in a looper lab. Super strong. I just
Oh, he
accidentally
muted
muted myself.
himself.
I'm good. I'm good. I actually
fucking got your ass.
Peterbot got today. Peterbot shooters everywhere. But because there's no broken spot, because there's no medallion, because Peterbot is playing with the loot everyone else has, it's an actual meta where things can be competitive. It's not just the best player in the world also gets the best loot in the world, and it's just unbeatable monster. All of NA is the winner because NA is actually going to be competitive this season. Other NA tier 1s actually do have a chance. You have Vino coming in as well. NA, like, winning should be super competitive this season.
I think to back off of that, I think any smart IGL is also buffed because obviously, you know, we've been talking about fighting for 2 years now about how much has been taken over. But if the meta stays the way that it currently is, with wingsuits as a not free mobility item that you have to be smart to use properly, you have to rotate well, with the surge where you actually have to be smart with now because it's net surge still. Any smart IGL, you know, take the Queasies, take the whoever else is a good IGL. I've just literally just blanked off of every IGL ever. You know, all those
It's only
type of players-
Queasy.
It's only Queasy who matters, isn't it, right? Take any smart IGL, I think coming up with like a good game plan, like a grands. This is crazy because like we've been playing Pids Cup last night, 5 games. Shout out to Pids for the invite. It was very, very fun. And like if you make smart rotates, like we did a good couple wingsuit rotates, not a single lick of damage if you do it correctly. And if you time it well, you're like, oh, that's sick. You do one wrong, you're insta dead. So it's like, you know, if you time things well, if you're smart, you can really go pretty far, especially if you just play a little early surge as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think generally speaking, again, we spoke about how balanced things are, which that obviously helps for competition. I am excited to see how some of those NA dynamics go because, yeah, this is going to be a fun year. There's a lot of pressure on Peterbot that will be added to him externally. He might not feel that pressure, but people are going to be looking at him now like, yo, what's she going to do, bruh? The answer still be best player in the world, but
you know what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be like, no high structure damage shotgun anymore. You still primed up? You still bully up?
You're going to want to make one of those documentaries, the fall off of Peterbot, just talk about shotgun damage for 20 minutes, I swear.
Yeah. I need another reason to talk about shotgun damage. That's it. Structure damage.
Shotgun damage and medallions, and Peterbot is now a farmer. This one is a bit less directed at the game, but big winner this chapter and this season for me is anyone consuming educational content. I remember my good friend Bala TW back in the day, he noticed the death of competitive Fortnite Reddit, because the competitive Fortnite Reddit was once a great place to consume content about the game and educational content. And I remember Bala like running this campaign of like, let's save the Reddit, you know? People like yourself, I think, were involved. You were making a bunch of stuff, putting it on there. There were some other people that back then who tried to help revive the Reddit, and it didn't last long. One thing I've noticed, you know, before this chapter even, but especially now that the new chapter's dropped, there are so many more people like posting like good content about the game and like showing stuff about the game. Obviously, TS is one of them. He's had a great season so far. You've had a lot of great tweets. I've seen a bunch of people doing it. I've seen guys like Frostbite doing it, Josh Scamell. There's going to be other people I'm going to be forgetting as well. Forgive me for that. But there's a lot of people posting content about the game. I think that's only a good thing. I like that. I like that we have more people who are able to talk about the game educationally that aren't just Resub or Boop stealing something from his chat,
Hey,
you know?
Yeah.
I was going to say the flip side of that is motherfuckers tagging you in every tweet like, guys, I found the best possible. And it's a motherfucker going 15 meters off a head bump or something. Like, it's like, brother, let's be honest, it's only that because they get a lot of likes. Like, they're like, that's why they tag, like, everybody's like, guys, look at this. It gets a lot of likes. But some of them are cool. Like, some are generally good. But, yeah.
I want to be tagged in those. It's great. I actually made a joke.
It's free TikTok.
Yeah, he wants to
It's literally
TikTok.
give me a-
for
I always end up like, I make sure I give them credit whenever I do take something from something like that. But there was one because I was looking at it was I think you did it, Boop, where it was like the height retake with the thingy.
Yeah.
I actually attempted to do that in the extra video I put up yesterday, and I couldn't do it 10 times in a row, right? And I was like, it probably works. But as I opened the tweet, I was like, I saw this tweet, and then I looked at the tag, and it's like Boop and Aussie, and I was like, fuck me, I guess. Oh, I don't want to see that. Don't worry, guys. I was like, I'm not showing this. I was like, no, wait, maybe I will. Don't worry.
It's actually pretty good. It's literally Swizzy Vanya strat.
Yeah, it's not very doable though. It's not. It's literally not easy. I tried it 10 times.
If you line it up, you can do it every time. Like there's a way they line
I'm just
it up.
shitting old. Don't worry.
Yeah,
That's what I heard. I get it.
That's it.
You got any winners this season? Who are the winners in your eyes?
The winners of the season. I mean, just in general, the players. I feel we have $1 million Unreal tournament. I don't think we had a podcast before that got announced.
Yeah,
right?
let's talk about that.
So yeah, I think the winners are the competitive players. I mean, okay, first of all, some competitive players, because I know a lot of people is like, okay, for the next 17 days, victory cups only. I know a lot of people aren't too happy about that. You know, as I get DM'd a lot, it's like, where's the div cups? Ask Epic, where's the div cups? Why are there only victory cups? Like, I'm trying to make some bread. They're like 15 years old, you know, making millions, but like, they're still asking for the div cups. They want more money. That's the average competitive player is eating good, right? We got victory cups, so you get your chance to make earnings. You have console cups, you can make earnings that way, and you have the $1 million Unreal tournament that just got announced, where you and your boy could make $50 each, minus 30%, which is $35, which is about €30 each. But it's not about how much money you make, because realistically, $100 ain't gonna feed the kids. You know, that's not gonna feed the family. You're not gonna buy your mom a house. with that anyways. So like it's about the notion of getting earnings. That's what earnings is all about. It's not about how much you're getting. It's the fact that you can say, hey, I robbed Epic for the money. You know, I profited off this game.
You don't actually want to rob them because you'll get sued.
No.
As
we've seen before. But yeah, you know, you're profitable from playing Fortnite, although you probably bought like $5,000 of V-Bucks. But it's about like sharing to your friends. So I think that for me gives a lot of hope and spirit to it. Because we're gonna have an influx of people coming in. You know, as crazy as it might sound, and I was complaining about ranked earlier, like. I think when Ranked comes out tomorrow, it's gonna be fucking crazy. It's gonna be fun. Like I'm playing with Vico and Sky tomorrow. We're running it up tomorrow. I think it's gonna be stat games. Like I'm gonna be enjoying it. So I'm seeing very positive things. On top of that, like I mean, success of a season competitive for me is always looking at the scrim numbers. We have hit PR for how many players are playing scrims at the same time. Now that might be because of ranked not being available, right? But we've had 35 playing scrims, do open scrims at the same time. You know, that's only open scrims, not like all the closed scrims. Like the numbers are insane for that. So I think there's a lot of people that are invested. I think it might even be a good thing that they didn't put ranked in because it gets everyone excited about ranked, which is something you can't really say too often when you're going to a season. Tournament in Unreal, playoffs afterwards in January for FNCS. I think we might see really good numbers, and it's something that I talked about prior as well. And I saw, funnily enough, someone, I think it was Momo on Twitter, complaining about it. It's like, why did they do Simpsons season? Look at the peak. The peak was tiny, but at the same time, the retention this season has been incredible. Like for Simpsons, it was 2 million people kept playing. This season, I think I don't know what the numbers are, but I think the retention is still pretty good as well. So I think the overall play base has increased in the last 3 months for competitive specifically as well. So I'm very hopeful, especially with all the lands and everything else coming. Like I think Epic's happy, and I think as people in the community, we should also be very happy with everything that's been happening recently.
I agree. Big agree on that one. That's it's funny because December is actually gonna be one of the busiest months for competitive of the whole year. Arguably the biggest, to be honest. When you look at like mass play, you know, Global's month is always going to be a big one, etc. So there's a couple others that are big, but like this, you know, December being one of the biggest months of the year for competitive is nice. We get, you know, a full year of Fortnite competitive. All right, we've talked about some winners, some losers, some losers of the new chapter. I have one that comes to mind, and we've mentioned it a bit already. The biggest losers of the new chapter are good solo clutchers. If you're a good solo clutcher, F you. That's what Epic Games has said. F you. You want to be Peterbot in an endgame? Crazy, double-edit, triple-edit, cone, box slide, ramp, one pump the guy in the head. Don't get a refresh, guys. Gone. He's barrel rolling away from you. Hey, where's my refresh? Where is it?
I thought you were going to commit to that.
I almost did, but I put my head on the ground.
Crack attack.
And I had the headphones that I was like, no, I'm not going to fuck these up.
Drake is back live on podcast.
You know, Queasy in the middle of the global finals. You know, he's doing his best on the high ground. He's not anywhere else. You know, Mustache has finally, you know, hit the tags. He's cracked the guy in the back of the storm. Yes, we got out. I'm going to head down, get the mats. We can keep height and win the global championships. Where's the body? The guy, I knocked him right here. Where's he gone? The guy's barreled away, self-revived in the storm. Bang, da, da, dang. You know, Boop's caster of the year, Jacob PR, is casting an intense endgame situation. Jacob getting hyped up. He's ready to call the winner. All 3 players go down. What's going on? What? They all whipped out their self-revive. What? I don't even know what. Game's done. I don't even know who won. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
Levin still can't let it go, by the way. Still mention the cast of the
year. I'm going to bring that up every day now. Self-revive is cool. You know, it's cool. It's been fun. When I've used that times, I've been like, great. I got beamed from afar. I can now self-revive and piss this guy off. But in competitive, in endgames, it is a nuisance. The new mechanics around being knocked are cool. They've helped me in some situations. I've had the dopamine release of being able to use these mechanics to my advantage. I'm watching an endgame and I'm like, this is some bull crap. Solo clutches are big losers this season. Big losers.
That's a big one. That's a good one. I like that. There's also like, I wrote a short right before we came here. I was just looking into some stuff. The amount of placement you can bullshit out in an endgame is crazy. when you're knocked. Because there was a game I was watching, Typical Gamer. I opened TikTok and his live stream was there, and I've never seen a live stream of someone actually playing competitive on TikTok before. And he was in an end game, and I think he was playing OCE or something. It was in the morning. It was really laggy, and he was like going crazy in the end game. He was on the high ground. I was like, this is sick. And it gets to the top 3. He dies, but because he has the self-revive, he gets knocked. And then the other player kills someone else, but that guy doesn't have a self-revive. So Typical Gamer gets second rather than third, purely because he's got the self-revive. And if you're in an endgame, when you're in the storm, you're still going to die. You're going to bleed out. There is zero chance you're going to actually use the self-revive because it takes 10 seconds and you will die to the storm in that time anyway. You still are just rolling around and get free placement from it. There was a game, Ozzy said yesterday, all 3 of the players at the end were self-revive knocked. Who knows who wins? I don't know. If you go to a heal off, whoever has self-revive gets 10 seconds extra. Brap, get it out of here. Or make it take up an item slot, and then no one will pick it up.
Yeah, that clip, the Aussie one where all 3 of them went down, I instantly went to my mind as a caster, and I was like, that moment that, again, I don't know, I've not watched as many games, so I don't know how many games will end like that. I don't think it'll be many.
Not
and
often.
so the comparison I'm going to make will be unfair because my first thought was like the Pizza Time meta where every game was a heal off. It's not as bad as that because in Pizza Time, every game was a heal off, right? But just situation for situation, that scenario is just worse to me as a commentator where it's just like they all are downed and then they all hit the self. Like that is just worse to me. At least with heal offs, you can almost feign the whole, he's got an extra slice.
Yeah.
What's going to be the difference? You know, you just can't. Like with this, it's just so bad.
He's ragdolling down the hill. He's flapping about.
It's just so much worse for me. So yeah.
Wow, good point. My losers. I sat and thought about it as we were talking there. The non-grinders in the Simpsons season. That's who it is. All of you people who didn't grind, who are now like, such good tournaments are back. You've missed a month of like grinding. And sure, you've got 17 days from this moment on until the big Unreal Cup where you could earn. Imagine you had locked in then and you're locked in now. You could have all the victory cups to earn in. You could have had, higher placement in the Unreal Cup. Obviously, taking a break's important, but if you've not
Does
been
rank
grinding,
carry over from Simpsons season?
I mean, we'll see tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, I guess, yeah.
I don't think so. I think it resets. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that normally the highest you can place is like upper end of plat. So
Okay. But I agree.
16 days to get Unreal.
yeah.
Oh, not if you're one of the players who's
I don't
going to
mean-
the Abu Dhabi land.
That's free.
I wish I was
Great, it's
joking.
fun.
Yeah. I don't mean because of ranked. I mean literally
Or
because
just
you're not
in general.
practiced.
You're not primed for this goated season. No,
Yeah,
I agree.
Play
I
scrims.
agree. Oh, look at this guy self-promoing. He's getting on my back.
Sorry,
Every-
Mr. Second
every-
Cast of the Year.
Hey,
Yeah,
I think I'm
Jacob
gonna come
Taco
third.
11.
Everybody keeps saying like, oh yeah, like Levin's gonna win. I saw Taco tweet and she was like, oh yeah, I gotta beat the Titans of the Fortnite goated comment. I'm like, guys, why does everyone think it's a foregone conclusion I'm gonna win?
You've won every other year, man.
Because you've won every year of the year,
Yeah.
and
I've
you're
won-
on you're on the panel that announces it. You can change
That
it
has
up.
no-
I don't know the
All
results.
of the cast, all of them are on the panel. They're
Bro,
all
you're
on
gonna
it.
rig the vote. We know you're gonna rig
Yeah,
the
like
vote.
who's announced out of us for it? Like you could just change it when we announce it.
No, last year we had a guest announcer do it. It was Shio.
A.R.
remember? So
Harry.
you don't even remember. No, it was Shio.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
so
mean
we'll
this
get-
year it's A.R. Harry.
Yeah, we'll get
Or
Harry.
real
You
Harry.
Yeah,
Fans
real
out
Harry.
next time.
Come on,
Real
bro,
Harry.
leaking stuff.
Nah, I'm
Anyway,
joking. Harry shouldn't be
anyway.
here.
I agree. Look, I agree, but I also have sympathy because I understand using the Simpsons season as a bit of an off season. We don't get a dedicated off season time. Using the mini season is valid, but they are losers in the sense that now they're not primed for this season. So yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Any other losers in your eyes? TS, you got one for us?
I guess like in a way kind of builds off resubs like winner. So like I'm kind of being super unoriginal here, but I would argue just like the fragger where it's like you look at like Queasy coming off just like winning last lane and now he's playing with Froxy. You have like a double IGL setup and it's like I agree with like a lot of what resub said about winners where it's like where it comes to like IGL and like if you're a good IGL like this meta really favors you. The wingsuit it's really easy to die in really dumb ways if you just do the rotate poorly. And I think with the short and mid game there's less of an opportunity for you to get cap mats to state positive on your surge. So if you don't have that sort of expertise when it comes to mid game, you're going to always be setting yourself up for a struggle in end game. And if you are already just being taxed a couple hundred mats before you enter endgame because you just had a bad mid game, then with those extended endgame, with there just being more zones in endgame, more movings, then you're going to struggle even more. So I do think that for like the fraggers that transitioned into IGL and thinking like, you know what, I can do it. I think they're going to be like a real big wake up call for them where it's just like this meta is going to be a very hard one in particular for you to really make that transition into IGLing and really just sort of like place.
So TS's biggest loser, I'll say it in a more interesting way for you. You know, he's not
Call
gotten
him
the Effantageous segment name branding yet, but he'll
I
get it.
gotcha.
You know, he's what episode is this for you? Number 3?
3, I
He's
think.
you know, yeah, he's young. You know, he'll get there. TS's biggest loser, double fragger duos. You know, Prime Vico and Flixie in the mud. You need a brain. That's what he's saying.
Swizzy and
That's what you're
Pixie
saying.
down.
Swizzy and Pixie.
Peterbon Poyo down. They struggled in scrims yesterday. They're over. Peterbon's era is over.
Boy, they're all gone. They're all
They're
finished.
all
They're all
done.
dusted. You
All
need
over.
a goated smart unk on your team. That's
Exactly.
what he's saying. I like it.
If your
I like
duo's
it.
combined age is like under 40, it's over for you. You're not placing. Find someone old. Find a boomer, go to a retirement home, find someone like Resub's age, and then you can play. Sorry, Reese.
It's okay. It's okay. You're it's a backhanded compliment at the end of the day.
The thing
Yeah.
is,
Nice.
players just don't learn though, because I feel like we've had like 3 months of IGL dominated kind of duos, right? Like a lot of the good guys. A lot of the good teams. A lot of the good teams are
Who
are
specifically?
like IGL fragger, right? It's not been some of the double IGLs, but then now in EU you have a double IGL duo come out of Fedoxy Queasy. Like, when are we gonna learn? You know, are those guys gonna be on the market very soon, or are they sticking together? Like, have we maximized the brain power with Queasy and Fedoxy together now?
Have we maximized? No.
Or do you think they need a fragger?
No. I've had a take brewing for a while. Well, it's not brewing for a while because people have been saying this, but they don't apply it to this conversation, which I don't understand. For a while, everyone's been talking about how like the game has gone rollless, like the traditional thinking of IGL, fragger, support. Like you have to be able to do everything, right? To an extent. So it's more for me. I'm starting to try at least and look at players less in terms of like their role and just more in terms of their skill set and then like stylistic fit. You know, because ultimately you can have 2 players who like are great players, but if they both want to play the game a different way, it doesn't work. And so my only worry with those 2 is just like, are they gonna be on the same page about how to do things? And to be honest, I think more often than not, like the answer will probably be yes, which is why I do have a lot of hope for that duo. But that's more so what I'm looking at than like they need a fragger, you know, like they'll be all right, you know.
I think so
Like,
too.
I know we meme them. I know we meme like guys like Queasy and stuff a lot, but like he's gonna be all right. You know, there might be a couple cash cups where if both of them just have a bit of a slow day. So if it's a bit cold in Serbia, you know, and Denmark's always cold, and you know the fingers aren't quite warm, then maybe they have a couple struggles in like the first couple key games or whatever. But like more or less, those guys are gonna be fine, man.
I mean, you're not really gonna have any big tournaments anyways. They're required to qualify out of opens. Like, there's no diff cups, right?
True.
So it's just all victory cups you're kind of playing these days. So I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one. Like, if you don't qualify a bunch of cash cups, you're like, let's split, you know. But
Right.
still, cash cups are not qualified to in open, so they'll be playing set lobbies, which is what I think they'll be good for.
Right? You have a loser, Boop? You got one?
Do I have a loser for this season? I'll be honest, I don't think there's many losers left. You know, like the first thing that came to mind is maybe cheaters, because like gonna be Unreal and level 350. You know, even though we have open tournaments, maybe it's kind of harder for cheaters to do good now. Although I haven't seen that many cheaters in recent tournaments either. Like I feel like it's gone on the downward swing.
2 of them
I don't
helps.
know. I think we're all kind of winning this season. If I'm being honest
I'm gonna stop you. You're wrong.
about voting.
NA. Oh, you're wrong about 2 things today. No, that's not where I was going with it, bro. These people aren't gonna think I hate Jacob. I love Jacob. You know, fucking hell. NA are losers because Big Venno once again is gonna go to NA and slap his dick on the table and
Jesus.
say, "I'm that guy." Yeah.
I mean,
Jesus.
all I'm gonna say
NA's
is what happened
losing
last
'cause
time.
EU's coming to dominate.
What happened
Once
last
again.
time? Vino came, Tayson came, bunch of the Polish boys came. What happened? They all made no noise.
Like, we're not sending our best soldiers, right? You know,
Okay, we had
like
So,
We had
Tayson,
unprimed
Vino
Tayson.
are your best
unprimed
soldiers.
Tayson. We had Veno playing McClicks. We had
content creator.
fucking people who'd made 1 grand at the time. Pink's not been great since. You know, like we've not sent our strongest warriors that time.
But now we got Veno primed up, playing with Cold, the real best player on the region.
Angry Cold as well.
You know?
Angry
Angry Cold, heartbroken Cold
Yeah.
after being dropped. You know,
What's the chances they'll actually grind?
primed. This duel's not lasting till January.
No,
Let's
chance.
get out of
Yeah,
it.
The
no,
first
no.
time Vino crashes out on
Get out
Cold,
of
like
the
it's
way.
over.
Yeah, it's like
You know, I'm taking the piss here, really.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that duel's not lasting until January 15th, guys. Let's be serious.
I don't know what's gonna happen there because, like, I don't think a teammate has ever yelled at Cold just because it's Cold. Even Peterbot, I don't think Peterbot ever once like crashed out on Cold because just Cold just got the aura. But Vino is Vino, and like Vino's always going to crash out on his teammate. So it's like the it's like the unstoppable object versus like the immovable object. Like, what's gonna happen here? Like, I don't know.
I don't think Veno's gonna have that approach with them.
I was gonna say I have a take,
Like he
and
will.
I know the second I say this, Veno will be DMing me. Otherwise, Veno is not shouting at Cold. Veno shouts at people he knows he can get away with shouting at. You know, Veno played with Vico and Flixie. He spent a lot of time shouting at Vico. He didn't spend as much time shouting at Flixie, and there was plenty of reasons to shout at Flixie. You know, Veno shouts at Clicks because he can shout at Clicks. The question is, are they going to be streaming? Because I do think if there's his streams on, I do think Veno likes to play to, you know, because people are watching, he might feel the need to have to be that guy to shout. But he's not shouting at Cold because he doesn't need to. Like, you're not gonna get the response you want.
Cold,
from
you
shouting
killed
at
4
Cold.
people, you piece of shit. What the
Like,
fuck? How'd you kill so many people? Like,
You know, like you're not gonna. I think I don't think there's a problem. Like people who are like a bit more shouty. This is a general life thing as well, right? When you look at like leadership, like you need to know how to communicate to different people. Everyone's different. So there's some people you can shout at and get a good response out of them. There's other people you can't. And I think Veno is very subconsciously at least aware of that. And so he isn't going to be shouting at Cold. I wouldn't worry about that. But I would worry about like the divide from like someone grinding versus not grinding. Because like there was something he said something like Cold said like, oh yeah, if I'm not grinding, just like, you know, get on my ass or something. It's like, why is he already pre-firing that? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, at least pretend, like, nah, bro, I'm gonna grind.
I'm gonna be
fully,
on.
I swear.
Yeah.
Like, this time, I swear, bro. Like, he's had to tell him already, like, but if I'm not grinding, then just make sure you shout at me, bro.
Getting the excuses ready. I like it.
Yeah, it's funny.
We can all learn something from that.
We all can.
The funniest thing about the whole situation is like the fact that Veno is like landing on clicks, and like it's like everyone's like taking it. It's like, why is Veno landing on clicks? What a piece! Like it's just normal vibes for like an EU thing. Like and then no one gets contested. It's like, oh my god, you're literally like slapping his mother if you're contesting him. It's like it's just business, bro. Like he's just
But I
landing
think
on
it's
his top, so
worse.
that's good. It's the best drop spot on the map.
But I think what makes it worse is because the whole like dynamic of like, but Clicks is the one getting Veno his visa. He can't even go to NA if it wasn't for Clicks. What a freak! How can he betray his brother?
He owns him.
Clicks bought him a Rolex. How could he possibly ever do this? I would never betray someone who bought me a Rolex. It's like, come on, guys. You know?
That's why no one buys you a Rolex. You know, you're too afraid to stand up to the big dogs.
That's
in the world,
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I mean, I spoke to Veno about it. He said he was getting a visa himself to like some extraordinary stuff. So I don't know if Clicks is going to be able to help him out for that. But I guess that's step number 1 is getting a visa because he's doing it official. And a lot of people that went to NA last year weren't official. You know, maybe that's why they weren't doing so good. You know, they were nervous. You know, knocking the
I
front door.
say, especially
Ice
now
was knocking. Like
with how things are in the political landscape of America now, I would not chance going to work there illegally. Let's just say that. Fuck it out. Yeah, that's probably why they weren't doing it. So look, that's another reason why EU struggled. But also, this is actually a win for NA because now people actually are interested in talking about NA again, which sucks.
Yeah.
I hate when our good players leave. You know, like tell Cole to come and do it on a cold, rainy night in South London. You know, let's see how he fares.
I mean, can we really blame Vino for leaving stinky EU for just the great NA?
All
Like,
right, buddy. What ep was this? Number 3? First, third, and last.
disappear. Never
I
gonna
do
hear
think
from me
it's
again.
funny how someone always says that EU is boring, but when someone from EU goes to NA, it's like, holy shit,
Crap.
cinema, like brother,
Legend
like you
Vino
can't.
comes to NA. Oh my
It's
god.
like, how is EU boring when it makes it exciting when one of them goes over? You know?
Oh man.
No, that's just how boring NA is. That's the thing, you know? You're like, we finally got something interesting here.
Dude, he's so crickets, man. You got all the best players.
They're
like,
just,
how is
they're
it
just
fun
been
to watch?
projecting all this time.
They don't speak English over there, man. Like, I don't understand what the fuck they're saying. They're speaking some European shit.
Damn, man. I missed this, man. This is great. We need more inter-region fun, but we'll get some.
I mean, it's Booga versus Veno. Apparently, Veno now moved to a different spot. So
I did see he's moving. Yeah,
the Lion
Where's he
Bolt's
moving
also
to?
landing there.
the sheet.
Acorn and Bolt's also landing at that mountain. Everyone wants that mountain, even though there's not a set
Something
lobby
about
for
that
like 2
mountain. I don't know
months.
what it is.
Yeah, that's
your
also
favorite
why.
pro. Boop's favorite pro, Aminish, is also landing there. So
Oh,
just
fuck that guy.
Oh, yeah?
everyone.
God.
Wow.
Wait, why is the Minish your favorite pro? I didn't know this law.
Dude, that guy is he's not my favorite pro. He's just shit. He's just dog shit. He gets fucking his ass handed to him in North American region, qualifies global somehow. Fuck that guy, man. Nah, he's like the biggest rage baiter in chat. He's like, oh my god, EU's Mickey Mouse, NA is better, this and that, you know? And I just seeing him get slapped up by globals, you know? Woo! What a day to be alive, man.
Sounds like
What
you've
a day
been
to be
fallen
alive.
for the rage bait. Sounds like you've been a victim to the Oxford's new #1 word of the year.
Hey man,
Is
he's
it really?
fallen
Yeah.
off
Yes.
his fucking surge base at globals because he got chopped out. So like, it's fine. I could fall for the rage bait as long as the hate
He's
watch is
falls for
successful.
the damage.
Yeah,
Damn.
the hate watch is successful. So
Okay. Well, yeah, let us know in the comment section below. Who are your biggest winners and losers from this new chapter? What comes to mind? Any we didn't mention, any we forgot about, let us know in the section below. We'll read out some of them next episode as well. Why not? I want to know from you guys, what can the people, our humble, loyal listeners, quickly before I actually go into this, Spotify Wrapped is out. I've already seen people tagging us in their Spotify Wrapped. Obviously, you guys will be hearing this later today, maybe on Thursday, because I kind of forgot to get a thumbnail for this episode. So we'll see when I can get this episode out. Let us know, like tweet at us. Tweet us what your Spotify Wrap looks like if we're in it.
Yep.
And
You don't need to tag
fun stuff
Harry,
like
guys. Don't worry.
I've seen people tagging Harry. Guys, you don't need to tag
It doesn't
him.
matter what he did for the year. What matters, people remember how things end and how things start. They don't remember the middle.
Was he here much of the year anyway? I don't really think he was really here this year. I feel like he wasn't. But yeah, let us know where we are and if we are your #1 podcast. And we will be shouting out our #1 fan. If it is you, if you are our #1 fan, we will be shouting you out next episode for your support and love. Cool. What should we expect from this season competitively? What have you been noticing in what you've been watching? You've obviously been watching scrims. What should the people be expected out of competitive from what you have seen so far?
honestly, the first 2 days of scrims were bug zone, so I haven't seen too much of actual Fortnite other than yesterday's tournament. I would say expect a lot of mistakes, expect a lot of people to glide when they're not gliding, but mainly the main thing to expect is expect a lot of spawn fights, because there's not a lot of POIs on this map. Like, even though there's a lot of loot on the map and they just added 60% spawn rate to chests, which might fix it a little bit for some splits, there's not many things on the map to land on for 50 players. This does feel like a map that could be an 80-player map, if I'm being honest. It feels like they might have just converted to a 100-player map. But expect a lot of spawn fights. Like, looking at the map, we have a lot of people landing together, a lot of big names landing at the same spots. We have Teeny and Shark versus iDrop Marius. We have Vico Malibuca versus Pix and Wox. Even Veno's landing on the mountain versus Booga now in North America. There's a lot of spawn fights, a lot of third partying. It's a season of figuring out a strategy, and if you somehow find out something that works, you'll probably do the best. So expect a lot of that.
I said, Boop. Reese, you feel the same? I know you made your sort of meta video, and I think you got more coming out, but
Yes.
how are you feeling about one, what Boop said, and anything else you've observed, what we can expect?
Yeah, I've not really even been thinking this season that much of like set lobby finals yet, because it's basically we've got like a month of, victory cups. I've been more thinking about it in the terms of like an open tournament, how to play it, going for the Unreal Cup, all these kind of things, metas you're going to play for there. I've not really been thinking even too much even about Storm Surgery stuff yet until probably next year. You'll have some like high level games like that until yesterday when we played the Pits Cup and it was absolutely like stacked to the gills. And I do definitely mirror a lot of those sentiments, because like we were landing at a split. We were trying to find places to land at. Firstly, me and DJ in a lobby full of pros, so we're not getting a POI. Let's put it that way. So we're taking like a bummy split out of the northeast. We were there on con to start with, and then we had some Italian content creators con us. And if fighting off spawn, mate, you're just running away with pots and pans on a split like that. Like, you just have absolutely nothing. There's also literally no ammo exists. So, pro tip, if you don't know yet, hit the vending machines. It's 100 gold for ammo spawns, and you can get a ton from there. But you have to be lucky actually get the right one to get the right ammo. Anyway, if you got one near you, check it. So yeah, a lot of scuffed people. I was looking through a lot of like even skin cup games, and I was in like the 5th zone trying to see who's got like what, you know, loadouts, etc., what they're carrying, and it was a stat game. The amount of people who have no big pots, no ammo, nothing. It's like it's really difficult to get like super stacked and loaded. I don't know if that's just because of like chests or not though. So.
I saw one of those, and it was like Babbo Finn, and I think Babbo Finn like listens to the podcast.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Shout out to Babbo Finn, and it was like he has 3 guns, like 4 ammo between those 3 guns, and nothing else.
No heals, still cat mats. I'm like, how is this even possible? Yeah. So, loot. It's kind of weird. We'll see what it's like now that the chests have been buffed a little bit. That definitely helps, because there was a game yesterday, game 1, I landed 3 chest spawns, none of them were there. The floor spawns were minis in a big pot. I was like, what? I'm just running around with literally no gun. So yeah, hopefully that's a little better.
I think also as like we evolve from like scrims to like actual tournaments, I think with the amount like loot is spread out, like there's very few spots in the map where it's like loot is condensed, where it's like you can get all your loot without like going super far, splitting super far. And so like once we get into like actual tournaments where there's like no rules, people can play however they want, it's gonna be really, really aggressive in the early game, because it's like people just have to loot like separated, like people have to do long loot routes. It's gonna be really easy to camp people just because of how long their loot routes. It's gonna be super easy to just, you get double jetpack, or I'm sorry, wingsuit off spawn, and you just fly on a dude, because like it's just gonna be ISO and you just insta key someone. So I think it's just like to circle back to the map where it's like 80 people, like it kind of makes sense instead of like 100, because there's just a lot of loot, but it's so much, like it's just so spread out. I think it leads to these issues where it's just like early game, once we get into tournaments, is going to be so chaotic. There's not that much loot, and it's just so spread out where people are going to be just playing super aggressive, and you don't really get punished for it, because it's just super aggressive to just get a wingsuit, insta key someone, insta glide back, you know?
So another group of people to add to our winners list is viewing partiers who won't be bored in early game of set lobbies. Congratulations, Boop.
Yeah, how was it yesterday watching Piss Cup?
It was fun. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
He didn't really enjoy it, guys. This doesn't sound like a man. He really had a good time.
It was enjoyable. I don't know, man. It's Fortnite, just Fortnite. You know, like not much changes. Let's be honest. I'm just numb to watching Fortnite at this point. Like nothing excites me anymore.
I was watching Boop's stream, and I didn't hear him mention the Piss Cup once. He was talking about some kid in Iceland getting sued the whole time. Basically. So,
I was talking about the gameplay.
You weren't talking about the game.
I was talking about Mongrel and Ziazzy.
All the
and they're
clickbait
looking
ones,
good, you know?
Mongrel, Mr. Savage, Peter Bot.
If we want to full cast that bitch and resubs in endgame, like
Yeah,
Hey.
Mickey Mouse tournament, mate. Come
I made.
on.
I didn't even
There was
realize
only
this was playing
one.
that.
There was only one end game I made. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. I saw you. You tried to do the head bunk, and you went to the fucking sky one time, and then you just died. No, what was it? No. No, you went like you went too high, and you were like gliding around. I was like, mine cancelled or something.
Oh, that was no. I flew up and I was rotating and I bumped into DJ while we were in
okay,
here. I fell
you
down.
hit DJ mid
I was like, what is the chances of that? I was like, I was joking afterwards. I was like, mate, I'm so good at following you. It's unreal. Like, you want a guy like me in the back of your tarp, I'm right on you. You know?
See, when that happened, I theorized the tip-to-tip maneuver, because like, what if you hit your teammate mid-air to stop it and cancel it? You know, like maybe
it's
that's
so
a strat,
hard.
You know?
It's
You
like
can't coordinate
there's
that, man.
no way. Yeah. No.
Maybe if you're a bum.
maneuver.
The pros will figure it out.
like us.
Yeah, the pros are gonna do the maneuver. Boop.
Yeah. I've been enjoying watching people use the wingsuit poorly. It's like you just a good 4 seconds before they use the wingsuit that they're gonna get beamed because
100%.
of them thinking to use the wingsuit and doing it poorly. But yeah, all right, that's great. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the new season. Let us know what your thoughts on the new season in the comment section below. We obviously will be back next week with more Fantasia fun, and I'm trying to cook something up. We'll see. It might come this week. We have like a bonus app that might come this week or next week, but we'll see. We'll see when it comes. Either way, any final words from my people them?
Get grinding.
Thank you, my people them. Yeah, get grinding. Get on the grind.
I hope rank tomorrow is gonna be like trio scrims or something, like stacked ass end games. I'm excited. I'm gonna be overhyping it, but I think rank's gonna be stacked. Tomorrow.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Looking forward to it.
I hope it's good. I need to get my squad together just in case it is.
Trio,
I need to
there's no squads.
Oh, trio. Sorry, yeah, I need to start getting
Yes,
my trio
DJ
together.
Reese are looking for one. I heard.
I am not
Yeah, I need to
playing
get my
tomorrow.
trio together.
I'm all day. I gotta do videos before I go away Friday, so.
Has to play with them, you know. Damn. I guess I have to find
unfortunate.
someone else. Then, TS, any final words on your last ever?
Darn. I mean, I cannot wait to join Coach Harry in hell. We'll be looking up to you guys all.
Hell.
And we will be. We will still be watching every Fantasia podcast.
No,
They're
we'll
looking
have,
up at us.
Looking up at
Looking
us right
up.
now.
Just
No,
start
thank you
their
very
own
much, TS,
podcast.
for joining.
It's just a hate
They
watch
should.
of ours.
I'd listen, mate. Guys, I want Harry on podcast. Like, I love having Harry on, and I don't know why he doesn't do it. But thank you very much, TS, for joining us. For people that don't realize, obviously, TS is NNA, and we filmed this in the afternoon here in like EU, so it's early morning for him, and he still shows up. What a legend! Same for Teddy whenever he shows up as well.
Sure.
So appreciate you guys for jumping on. That's it. Goodbye.
Bye.
Peace out.
Bonk.